Hey John, well we're onto your chassis now, and I'll just give you a run round and show you what the findings are. Starting at the rear, the most obvious thing there is we've got a bent cross member. All of your bumper brackets are all bent and out of shape and mucked up, so I've straightened what I can, and I've ordered new ones of the ones that I can't really do anything with. I suspect we might have to get a new cross member, but we're going to try and straighten this one first, so we'll see what we can do. But you can see it's kind of twisted here that way, and is also bent in. You can see where it's kinked here, and it should come straight across where it's actually dipping in, so it's all over the show. I guess that's why our bumpers didn't fit. The rear body mount on this side is to be replaced, and I've got another one of those. We've cut out the mount for the diff cross member. That's all buggered about with, and we're just getting another one cut out of another chassis to replace that. We've got on this trailing arm pocket, it's all been this has had a plate welded over here, so we want to cut that off and see what we've got under there. There's a whole bunch of Mickey Mouse crappy welding here, and this may not show up, but you've got two sections here. This is double skinned, and this piece inside here is starting to sort of swell outward like this, and that's rust in between the two sections, spreading it apart, and you can just see this seam is opening up here as well, so we're going to cut that out and sort that. We've also got, I mean this one's fairly obvious that that's all messy in there, but I've got new sections for that, and again that's had a plate welded over there inside, so we'll cut that out and see what we can see there. We'll have to cut this gusset off and then replace, you know, the outer and the inner section separately. Moving down this side, I mean obviously we're upside down at the minute, so you aren't going to see everything, but I'll show you the rest when we turn this the right way up. We've got these front frame horns that are all manky and blowing apart. There's also, I don't know if this is a anything or nothing, but I think this mount here for the lower A-arm seems to have a slight curve on it, whereas that should be straight, so we'll need to look at that. That might need replacing. This one, this side, has definitely got problems. That's all kind of skewed out of shape, and you can see it's been bent away from the lower cross member here. The lower cross member's been welded up here, so we've obviously got some issues that we need to deal with there, so we'll get that mount off. We'll have to make a template off another frame and then get that back in the right place. We had a bent A-arm this side as well, so it's, you know, all these things are all sort of linking in together. We've got the same problem with the frame horns on this side. What else? There's, moving to the rear again, we've got the same problem on this side as on the other. We've got a knackered body mount there. The chassis side rails are gone here, and also the same problem with this trailing arm pocket. You can actually see the hole in this one though, and this will be what they've plated over the other side, I guess. And then we've got the same problem with this trailing arm here. And then back to the rear, that body mount. I've actually just noticed as well that this shock absorber mount has obviously had issues. That's been cut off and re-welded, so we'll have to investigate that also. There's quite a lot wrong with this, to be fair. That's going to be a fairly big task to put that right, and then, you know, there's the various bits on the top of the chassis as well, although I think that's primarily body mounts that are at fault, but we're gradually getting there. Let me show you some other bits and pieces. It's not all doom and gloom. We've cleaned and painted the engine, and that looks lovely. That's there. We also took the some gaskets off. The gasket at the front of the oil pan here, I can't remember if it's this side or the other side, was all kind of splitting out. So whilst we were doing this, we changed the oil pan gaskets, so they're new. So that's all been prepped and painted. We've replaced this valve cover for the proper shape one. I'll show you the one that was on your engine in a second. So that's all done. So they look very, very nice. So that will look the bee's knees when that goes back in. Over here this is the valve cover that was on yours, and you can see that's had a piece cut out of there and then a bit let in to clear the brake booster. So we're junking that, and we'll put the proper one back in. And on the bench I've just been building up your new trailing arm assemblies. So this is the new rear wheel bearing assembly, and I've had that's on a new spindle as well, and I've had that in our mandrel and shimmed up correctly to get the correct preload on there. New trailing arm on this side, this is the driver's side, with new backing plates. I've had to use a new stainless steel handbrake assembly. Yours is all here, and you have got pretty much everything there all good to go, but one of the pins that holds the handbrake shoes is bent. The other two are non-stainless and they're all manky, so I haven't got those separately, and I can't get them separately, so I've had to use a whole new kit. The other trailing arm is here. Now this is your original trailing arm that's been sandblasted and had a new bush put in, sandblasted and painted. There's a little dent there, but I don't think that's going to cause us any grief, so we've gone with that again. This is the other trailing arm that I tried to repair, and what we've got, if you look in here, you'll see the two skins are blowing apart, and this is all rotten and manky in there, and the sort of shale is forcing the two skins of the trailing arm apart. Same here. And I started to grind the weld to split this out, clean all the muck and crap from out between it, and then a hole started to form in the bottom. And it's all blowing apart in there as well. There's so many things wrong with it. You just think, no, give up with that one and replace it. So that's what we've done there. I'll show you. I don't think of. There's Charlie warming himself up in front of the fire. He's a good boy. So your engine bay is now all painted as well, and that all looks very, very nice. We've also put A-arm flaps in there, cleaned all the bonnet hinges and supports and this, that and the other. So that looks $1 million, and once this is all back together and that freshly painted engine is in there and the freshly painted chassis, oh, that's going to look $1 million. And I've got the rest of your parts are here. We're not normally as mucky as this with books everywhere, but we've just had a new wall put into the office, so I've had to empty the bookshelves out. So there you are, that's yours. What else? I've also got these uprights here that the deck lid hinges are on. You can see that one's all rotted out at the bottom, so I've got that to be replaced also. I think my battery's about to die, so I'll cut this short. And that's the cup in there that we've fiberglassed. So there you go. I'll stop now and do some more as things move on. Take care.